video, what I wanted to do was share with you some tips that have helped me wake up earlier. I know it's a really common thing in the personal development industry to want to wake up at 5 a.m. and like join the 5 a.m. club. And honestly, for a while I was like, it's not for me. But as of late, I have been getting up at 5 a.m. and it's not only helped me to work out in the morning, which sets me up for the rest of the day. Honestly, I just think it has helped me to get more stuff done. Now that I am like really identifying with someone who wakes up earlier, it has really just helped me to develop in other areas of life. So I want to share with you not just the standard tips that you hear always online. I want to literally tell you the exact things that I've done to help myself go from waking up at like 6:30, 7:30 to actually being able to get up at 5 a.m. So if you did enjoy the video, I would very much appreciate it if you gave it a big thumbs up. And of course, if you're new around here, welcome. Hi, my name is Erin. This channel is all about entrepreneurship and living your best life. I would totally love if you joined the family. So here's the thing. I know you've probably heard this before, as have I, but really I've never understood the power in it until I implemented it in my own life. In order to wake up early, to wake up at 5 a.m. or 4:30 or whenever you want to wake up, you have to have something exciting, something that you enjoy, something that you genuinely want to do to actually wake up to. You know, before when I was like trying to wake up to go to the gym or trying to wake up to start working on my business way earlier than I actually really needed to, I struggled to wake up. It wasn't until I actually found a passion or a hobby that I could do early in the morning that started at 6 a.m. that ultimately forced me to need to get up at 5 a.m. And then so that made it much easier to develop that pattern and to create that habit. So recently I started doing Muay Thai in the morning, and all of the classes are at 6 a.m. and then I do a personal training session on a Tuesday. And honestly, because it's either that or going in the evening, which I would totally never do, but I just ultimately was forced to wake up at 5 a.m. But here's the thing, because I actually enjoyed it, because I actually spent the time finding an exercise routine that I thoroughly enjoyed, it made it so much easier to wake up. I've been there. I've been the whole like, I'm gonna start getting fit from tomorrow and then trying to force myself to go to the gym. It doesn't work. As if you're gonna wanna wake up to do something that you absolutely hate. So like, give yourself the luxury of time to create a morning routine or some type of morning ritual that you're actually excited to get up and do. For me, it's going to Muay Thai. Maybe it's yoga, maybe it's taking your dog for a walk, maybe it's doing knitting in the morning, maybe it's dancing. It could be anything, but literally the more that those things are cemented in your routine and you're excited to do them, the easier it will be to wake up. Harvey absolutely agrees. Yeah? You wake up early, don't you? Not. So my point number 2 is to actually use neuroscience to help you wake up at 5 a.m. And what I mean by this is use the process of brain triggers. Have you ever like lost something? You know, maybe you're standing in your bedroom and you think, oh, I've got to go get my wallet from the kitchen. But then the second that you get to the kitchen, you're like, what was I here to find? That's because your brain is actually associating the wallet with your bedroom and not the kitchen. And that's why it's really hard for you to access that information. You want to kind of hack this concept and use it to make sure that your bedroom is like a sacred space for you to go to sleep. So what you want to make sure that you're doing is setting up your bedroom in a way that it is only associating it with sleep. The way to do this is to make sure that you're not doing any other activities in your bedroom. So no watching TV in your bedroom, no being on your phone in your bedroom, and making sure that you're setting up your space to be really tranquil and beautiful for you to go to sleep in. Now, the other thing is you want to make sure that you're not increasing any of your stress responses before you go to bed. To wake up early, you need a good night's sleep. So you don't want to be watching any scary movies. You don't want your brain to have the stress of comparison, you know, scrolling through your phone. You really want to make sure that just before you go to bed, you're doing whatever you can scientifically to make sure that your room is triggering your brain that it's time to sleep, as well as your brain is like, I don't have to be active and alert, I can actually let myself sleep now. All right, so here's the thing. You have to tire yourself out as much as you can throughout the day. Honestly, I used to have a lot of trouble sleeping, especially when I was studying and I was spending so much of the day sedentary. As of late, I have really been trying to like maximize my days, grab life by the balls and just do as much as I possibly can. I've taken up new hobbies, I'm doing new activities, and I found that I am sleeping so much better and therefore finding it so much easier to wake up in the morning. We know that it's our deep REM sleep that allows us to wake up fresh and early, So in order to be able to drop into that deep REM sleep as much as possible, you need to actually be tired. So what I've actually done is literally tried to maximize my day, you know, not wasting any time just scrolling or just sitting around thinking about life. I'm going out there and doing activities, hobbies, working really hard, and then allowing myself to replenish at night. I think it's unrealistic to say that, you know, at 5 a.m. you're just gonna sprout out of bed and be like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. For all of us, our cognitive acuity isn't gonna be that great at 5 a.m. We're gonna be a little foggy and a little tired. However, in order to make it easier for yourself to wake up at 5 a.m., what you can actually do is set yourself up as much as you possibly can the night before. So if that means like getting your gym clothes out, I mean, for me, sometimes I even get my coffee cup and my coffee pod out just to make it as simple as possible, to limit the amount of decisions that I need to make in the morning, and also to limit the amount of stuff that I need to do before I'm actually going to Muay Thai. So here's the thing, I also actually made a video on this, the setup technique that I use not just in the morning to make it easier for myself, but to make my entire life easier for myself. So I'm gonna leave that linked on the screen somewhere here, and you can go watch that video. It's really, really helpful. But in order to make it easier for yourself to wake up at 5 a.m. or whatever time you're waking up, set yourself up as much as you possibly can the night before. Okay, so here's the thing, and this isn't gonna be for everyone, but I definitely used to be one of those people who would love to enjoy a nice glass of wine after a long, hard day's work. However, recently my partner proposed the idea of us doing Sober October. At first I was apprehensive, but then after about a week in, I realized how much not drinking, even just that one glass of wine, was improving the quality of my sleep. I went and actually did a little bit of research around how much even just one glass of wine can affect your ability to go into REM sleep, which is obviously the extremely restorative sleep that you need to wake up early and wake up fresh. So by omitting the glass of wine, I was able to have such better sleeps and therefore wake up so much more enthusiastic in the morning. So here's the thing, I'm not saying you need to give up drinking altogether. However, if you know you need to wake up early the next day, even just one glass of wine can make that really hard for you. So maybe just save it for the weekends, and during the week, go for sparkling water instead. And then my final tip is making sure that you are controlling the climate of your bedroom. There is nothing worse than going to bed feeling like you're in the pits of hell burning up, and there is absolutely nothing worse than waking up or trying to get up early when it is absolutely freezing. So whatever you need to do, whether it is with a split system, a heater, a cooler, or your actual bedding itself and what you're wearing to bed, make sure that you are feeling cool in the evening as you are going to sleep, but then somehow making it nice and toasty for you to wake up in the morning. Alright guys, so that is it for me. Those are my 7 tips that I've been using to wake up at 5 a.m. I really, really hope these were helpful. Maybe some you've heard before, but maybe some are new to you. Definitely let me know in the comments below if you have any tips on waking up earlier, or if any of these tips are really helpful. I would totally love to hear from you on social media. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I will see you in the next video.